This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow Manchild, Johnny Karlic. And we are back for another edition of the Rick and Johnny podcast, right here on Most Valuable Podcast. This is the one where we're talking about TV, we're talking about movies, entertainment, comic books, nerds, everything, Johnny, under the two nerdy suns. Welcome in. I'm glad you guys can join us. We got a jam-packed show for you guys, but before I get into everything, Johnny, a very special thing that I want you to give the viewers and the listeners on. Give us your official review of Styx 2019 live from wherever you were in Wisconsin.
Actually, it was Illinois. It's Waukegan.
Oh, I thought it was in Wisconsin.
I thought so before, because I forgot where the tickets were for.
Okay.
But anyways, it was fantastic. It was an amazing concert.
So you lied to me.
I did, yeah. I lied to him.
So it was an amazing concert. You liked it?
It was fantastic.
I didn't know you were a Styx guy. I didn't peg you for a Styx guy.
It's 60s, 70s rock, so yeah 80s
I never
rock.
pegged you as a Styx guy. But did they do all the classics?
A lot of them, yeah.
They hit you with everything
some of their
you
new
wanted?
their new album too.
Okay. So you were very pleased.
Yes,
with
because the encore was Come Sail. They went off stage, everything was black, and then they came in, Come Sail Away, and then no, I'm sorry. Come Sail Away was right before the encore because they just had him.
The last one.
Because the piano player actually played Yellow Brick Road, made the audience sing with him. Then he did part of Bohemian Rhapsody, made the audience sing with him. Then he went into Come Sail Away. They did that. Everything went black. And then the encore was Mr. Roboto and Renegade.
So they ended it with the main one they're going to end with is Come Sail Away.
The three biggest that people know.
Everyone wants to hear Come Sail Away, but then Mr. Roboto and Renegade. I'm glad you liked it.
It was great.
I wanted you to let them know how much you liked it as well. But we got a jam-packed show, Johnny. You actually brought one of our topics in today, coming from you. You actually
I tend to forget that
I did.
when I send topics.
But what we're looking at today is a little MCU and then some DC. Last week, we looked at who could play Batman. We're going to look at this week who should be playing Wolverine in the MCU, as we got some new news about the Fox Disney stuff, and then really that the MCU, Marvel wants to find their next Wolverine. We're going to be talking about who that should be. Then we got some big Batman news. Like I said, we mentioned who should be playing Batman. Well, Robert Pattinson of Twilight fame could be our next Batman. We're going to kind of dive into that, give our thoughts about, is that good, is it bad, does he fit it, does he not? And then finally, we're going to wrap it up with some more DC. Another spin-off movie announced, as DC is going to do Aquaman the Trench as a spin-off movie, maybe like a horror flick.
That would sound about right.
We're going to dive into that and kind of wrap the show up with that one. Before we get started, make sure to check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. That's where you can come in and join the podcast. You can be on a podcast if you're at the $10 tier. But really, it's just how you help and support us, and we can't do what we do each and every week without the help of our patrons. But Johnny, let's dive in. We'll start with some Marvel. And so I believe it was the head of Fox did a panel at a recent con, and she had said that, kind of laid some stuff out for us, that number one, after the first Deadpool movie, she had kind of stepped away and wasn't a big integral part in the next Deadpool movie, the Days of Future Past, the Apocalypse, the Dark Phoenix. Of course, she wrote her John Hancock and was like, yes, do this movie. Yes, I give you permission to do this movie. Well, as I turn off my mic. But she wasn't a huge integral part, kind of like what Kevin Feige is for Marvel. And she kind of had thrown some things out, but the big one is Wolverine. Obviously, they wanted to pass the torch on. Obviously, Marvel wants to pass the torch on.
Hugh Jackman wants to
pass the torch on. Usually, I throw you an open-ended curveball. and you try to hit it the best you can. I want to throw this at you. Muting the computer?
Yep.
No, gotta mute the computer. It's more important. But here's the thing I'm going to throw at you. A quick fastball. On the Fat Man Beyond show for Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardi, they talked about Wolverine. And here's the quote I'm going to read you. So Bernardi suggested that they're talking about Tom Cruise would look really good as Stryker for when they reboot the X-Men over at Marvel. Kevin Smith paused, and he shot back with, no, F that, make him Wolverine. I want to ask you to start off this. Before we even ask who should play Wolverine, I'll throw this one at you. Tom Cruise as Wolverine, what would be your thoughts?
No.
Johnny, just headphones down. I don't need to elaborate a little bit. Why no?
Well,
why the emphatic no?
Why the emphatic no? I'm just gonna say one word that will bring you up into no as well. The Mummy.
Yeah.
I guess that's 2 words technically, but
yeah, that's kind of a dark spot on Tom Cruise's recent history.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't see he's also older than Hugh Jackman, even though he said he looks 40. He's still older than Hugh Jackman. Why would we go with someone older than the previous Wolverine instead of bringing someone else up into Wolverine that like can play it for a while?
Well, and here's the thing with Tom Cruise that I just want to nip it in the bud right now is, yes, The Mummy was terrible.
Yeah.
But let's be completely honest. The next movie that came out after The Mummy was American Made.
Yeah.
Both you and I really liked it. And Tom Cruise was a show stealer.
Yeah.
In our review for that.
Well, that's because that movie he was the main character and it was supposed to be the main character.
Exactly.
He was supposed to be the main character.
And let's put it this way.
Yeah.
If he is Wolverine, he's not mummying the situation. Kevin Feige is putting his foot down. No, I tell you how it is. You come in here, you do your job. Like, yeah, we kind of like maybe a Robert Downey Jr. where, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. has some sort of like, I don't want to say pull, but input, where Kevin Feige is the one.
His input is actually taken.
Show.
Like they actually go like talk like at least think about his input.
Exactly. And the thing that I'm gonna say and nip this in the bud of why I don't think Tom Cruise, like if you're excited or if you're not excited for Tom Cruise, don't take it seriously because he's not going to be Wolverine. The reason why I say that is just look at what he's got. He's got Top Gun Maverick, which is filming right now. But even in the future, Mission Impossible 7 and Mission Impossible 8, which were both announced, he's going to be in as Ethan Hunt. 2021, 2022 releases, those have got to be filming at some time. So he's going to be filming right now for Top Gun Maverick, probably filming in 2020 and maybe 2021 for both of those Mission Impossible movies. Don't expect him. Well, you know what? I just kind of thought about it. I'll ask you this. Does Disney, because let's say the deal gets done this year, like June is where we're at now.
Yeah.
We'll get to June. It'll be like, oh, it'll be done in April or it'll be done in August. Are we going to get a Disney X-Men movie before 2021 or 2022, or will it be after 2022?
I'd say it'd be around 2022 or later because they still got to figure out what storylines they want to go with. They have to actually, first off, we got to get the deal. The deal has to be done. Yeah. Then they have to figure out what storylines they got to go with. And then they have to write the script. Then they have to pick the actors and actresses, who's going to play who, and then there's filming, then there's post-production, and then there's possibly the reshoots with the post-production.
Let's be honest, with the X-Men, there's going to be in that post-production the CGI and the special effects you have to put in there because of the characters that you have.
Exactly. And that all depends on what like group they go with, et cetera, et cetera. And not to mention, Marvel's probably going to do some sort of introduction to get them into the universe first. So they have to wait and get an actual like not universe, that they have to actually get the rights to the stuff to somewhat introduce them, whether it be an after credit scene or mentioning them in the universe without actually having them in there. Whatever Marvel does, because Marvel doesn't just like necessarily just throw a movie at you that I can think about, other than starting off the universe.
Yeah, and
Guardians was maybe one of those.
And the thing that I look at too is, so I'm getting this picture from YouTube channel Emergency Awesome, where in one of his latest videos, he put in a shot of like a schedule that Marvel could do, and I'm just gonna read it off for everyone out there. You've got 2020 Black Widow and the Eternals, 2021 BP2 Black Panther 2. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Doctor Strange 2, Deadpool 3, Spider-Man 3. 2022 then would be Shang-Chi, hope I said that right, an Avengers movie, Black Widow 2, Fantastic Four, and then 2023 would be the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Eternals 2, Captain Marvel 2, X-Men, Spider-Man 4, before Black Panther 3, Doctor Strange 3, and Fantastic Four 2 in 2024. So if that is in there, like, hey, we're going to do an X-Men movie 2023, that means, hey, we're probably filming that movie end of 2021, beginning of 2022, so that they have enough time to kind of edit it and stuff, to where maybe Tom Cruise could do it, where it's, hey, if we're filming at the end of 2021, maybe I come out of Mission Impossible and go right into an X-Men role, but that's getting way ahead of ourselves because we don't even know anything for sure. It's just an interesting... Go ahead.
But also with age and stuff like that, you want to cast people you can have on for a while, and people that, like...
Tom Cruise is defying... Like, Tom Cruise,
that's true.
I will say, and you're not going to get this reference, but I'm going to say it anyways... He's like the LeBron James of acting, where great actor, but also LeBron is like, I'm going to look at how old LeBron is because I don't even know off the top of my head. LeBron's, 34? And usually in sports, because I know it's different than acting, like you're actually using your body, by like 30s and 40s, it's like, oh, your body is deteriorating. And it's not being able to do the same thing you could as you were older. In acting, usually it's like, oh, you're in your 50s, your 60s. Oh, you're getting some gray hairs. Oh, your skin's getting a little wrinkly. Oh, you're not looking as young as you do. But Tom Cruise, like I told you, he looks like he's early 40s.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I Wikipedia'd it that he is 56 and Hugh Jackman is 50.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way, though. But who would you want, is Marvel, who would you want to hire? Someone who's a little bit younger?
I agree with you. I would hire someone younger that could stay in the role so I could have another Hugh Jackman.
Exactly. So I can pull him out for another 10, 20, almost 20 years and use him for as long, like that long. Because, I mean, yeah, Tom Cruise looks young right now, but I don't know, do you think he's going to be able to do another 20 years of, like, Wolverine if they wanted to pull that out?
See, and that's the thing of, so with Marvel, I'm not thinking 20 years.
Also,
give me 10.
Yeah, 10 years. But here's the other thing I'm thinking. To add to that is you're going to pay for Tom Cruise.
True, but I mean, think about this though.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out this kind of caveat there. That to me is not a problem because virtually, and I'm going to use another sports analogy here. Usually on sports teams, like, oh, we can pay for this big guy because we got this big guy leaving. Marvel might be able to pay for a guy like Tom Cruise because they've got Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans possibly leaving. And it's like, hey, we'll just take that pay budget and move it over. But the thing you also have to think about, too, is I'm going to throw this, since you brought that up, I'll throw this out. Do you want to do that because you might have a guy like you might have an actress like Brie Larson, where let's say Captain Marvel catapults her. You might have Tom Holland, who becomes uber famous like he is, and you might have to pay one of those actors and actresses that you were, hey, we didn't have to pay you as much on that first deal, but now we got to really shell out the bucks for you because of what you've become. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's quite a few of the Marvel guys because they're, I mean,
Like Benedict Cumberbatch?
Exactly, that's one of them I was trying to think of is Benedict Cumberbatch. They probably had to already pay a decent amount for him in the first place. The Doctor Strange, and now they're going to do and then not Civil War, Infinity War.
Yep.
And then
what about Chadwick Boseman? Black Panther.
True, Chadwick Boseman. I mean, it's just there's a lot of names in there. As they keep going through movies, they're going to have to start paying them a little bit more with each contract.
Then let me ask you this, and I know you and I have kind of looked a little bit through different articles, what people are saying about who should be Wolverine. Do you have somebody on your mind that you're like, hey, this should probably be somebody that Kevin Feige and Marvel kind of target?
You know, I'm looking through some of the articles we're looking at, and there's one I do want to weed out now, just because I can not see Marvel doing it, because technically he's already in a Marvel movie, or will be. Is Jake Gyllenhaal is in one of the list.
I thought you were going to say someone different. I'm like, I think that you said Jake.
I'm weeding him out because Marvel does. Yeah, they double dip and like actors like, and you can make the argument. Well, Chris Evans was Fox affiliate. Now he did Captain America, and there's some that do like they do.
But people pretty much forgot.
They did exactly.
The general public forgot.
I'm saying that's why you can't really count that. And there's some that do like multiple voices of computer animated characters, or like I know what's his name. I can't remember the actor's name. He does a lot of the CGI suit stuff.
You're talking about he played Smeagol.
He played him too. Andy Serkis does that. Yeah, I almost forgot. But there's also one of the James Gunn's brother.
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn does some of the CGI suit
I think
stuff.
It's Sean Gunn. I'll look.
Because I think he does the CGI suit for Rocket, for example. At least in the first Guardians he did. Because I remember seeing him in the gray suit.
Yeah, it is
with
Sean
Batista petting him.
Yes. So in Guardians, he was obviously his character of Kraglin.
Yeah.
But he was also on set Rocket.
Yeah.
In Infinity War, he's on set Rocket.
Exactly. He does the motion capture suit.
Because you need somebody to like be
there
that you can put around it, but then you have Bradley Cooper's voice just being
he's Rocket for via voice. But I would just want to say like that's different because those like they're not actually that character. They play one character. Is where Jake Gyllenhaal, he's already in the MCU, and we don't know what's going to happen with Mysterio just yet. Probably going to be just the same as everyone else. He's going to be put aside and saved for a Sinister Six movie, from what I'm thinking they're leading to.
I'll be completely honest. Like I would take him out of the running for it only
That's
because
what I'm doing.
He's a Spider-Man guy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you cast someone to be a Spider-Man villain knowing what, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like that caveat that this is what that gallery of rogues
That's what I'm saying.
has.
I'm taking him out of the running.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were going to say somebody different. So I'm going to throw his name out there.
Okay.
I thought you were going to go, because the thing that got me scared, Johnny, was when you said he's already a Marvel character.
Okay.
And I was like, please don't take my guy. Please don't take, and I'm going to screw up his last name, don't take John Bernthal, the Punisher. Don't take
him. I actually could see it because I've watched The Punisher, at least the first series.
Because let's be honest,
he's got the intensity.
They're probably going to cancel it soon.
Probably.
I mean,
I have to watch second season before it's gone.
All these Netflix. Well, no, it's still going to be on there.
But for how long?
No, that's the thing. Netflix has said Daredevil, you can still get everything.
Okay, good.
They will because they are Netflix series.
They can't take them off.
They will be there. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Marvel can't.
So I don't have to rush and watch all these.
No,
good. I didn't pay attention to that part. I just like, oh shit, Disney canceled it.
There just won't be any more ones. But there hasn't been. If you're wondering, whoa, when did that get canceled? It didn't get canceled.
Punisher still
we're
still going right now.
Like there was the joke when season 2 dropped. All right, when's the cancellation coming? All right, when's it coming? It's gonna any second now. We're gonna get cancellation.
As soon as they release season 2, they cancel it, right?
Yeah, that's usually
they did already though.
What it is.
Season 2 is out. I gotta watch that still. But no, I've seen the intensity in the first one, and if they're not gonna recast him as like, I would recommend first if you're gonna do a Punisher movie, recast him as Punisher.
Yes,
but he can pull out the intensity of Wolverine. I'm pretty sure
because you may like, and the one thing you made a good point on, is longevity. And the thing that I think that a guy like Tom Cruise doesn't, he's 42.
Is he?
Yeah,
Berthal?
I pulled it up. Yeah, 42.
Berthal.
He's going to be turning, by the end of this year, he'll be 43, which is interesting because here's what I'm gonna throw out there.
Okay.
This hurts a guy like Tom Cruise, helps a guy like Bernthal, where basically, think about this. Robert Downey Jr. this year, we're about 2 months away from him being 54.
Jeez.
That means by the time he was Iron Man in that first movie, he was about 43, 44. So, I mean, that's
they
what
can
you're
get us
looking
10
at.
years out of him if
you
they
can
want.
get 10 years. Now, here's the thing, though, that you might have to think about with Wolverine, and I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is Iron Man is a different character.
True.
Think about it. Like, early Tony Stark compared to late Tony Stark, they've been kind of, let's be honest, like, I'm going to say cutting corners a little bit. Where it's basically, back then, hey, Robert's able to do a little bit more. Not saying that, like, he's getting old or anything. But as you're the character, like, we've already seen characters like, I can't think of his name, the guy who plays Ash in The Evil Dead. He's come out and said negatively about how I'll never be in a superhero movie because you put that dang suit on for 10 years and basically bashing the actually having to be that for 10 years and being locked down. Like how with Iron Man, it's like how they moved from basically the practicalness to, hey, how much CGI can we make that suit?
Bruce Campbell, by the way.
Bruce Campbell, that's who it was. And Iron Man's different. You can do that. You can say, hey, we're going to make it easier on you so that you don't have a suit. But let's be honest, with a guy like Wolverine, or a character like Wolverine, you're still going to be able, or you're still going to have to be able to, A, have the physicality of Wolverine and still be able, yeah, stuntmen are a thing, so like you could throw that out there, but you're still going to be able to go through the physicality part of being Wolverine, either if it's how it looks or what stuff you have to do in the movie.
See, I thought you were going to go a little different route. In same agreeance of Robert Downey Jr. Compared to Wolverine. Robert Downey Jr., you can have him like age like he did from Iron Man 1 to Avengers Infinity War because he is getting older. He's human. Whereas Wolverine, you may want to get someone in his 20s because you can make him look a little older. You can make him look like he's in his 30s. And then when he's in his 30s, he'll still look like he's in his 30s. Wolverine is supposed to age at like probably a 10th that a normal person does. So you're going to need someone that, like you said, the longevity. Yeah. Someone that can play the long game and be there for a while. So one, I want to see what he looks like again. But I'm pretty sure I can, because I just... one that I like that you threw out before the show was Liam Hemsworth.
Okay.
Just bring another Hemsworth brother in there.
I'll be honest. I threw that out as a complete joke of like, hey, you know what? We got one Hemsworth leaving. Let's have another Helmsworth come in.
See, he's not even necessarily leaving. The only thing he will do is Marvel movies.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
This.
But it's like he's going to be a part-timer, basically.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to see it.
And he's our age, so.
He is. So, I mean, he's a younger guy. And plus, it's like, I'm trying to see, what movies has he been in recently? Because I thought I saw him in one recently. Oh, it was The Hunger Games.
Yeah, honestly, he's actually like, he's basically your age.
No, he is.
January of 1990.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Holy crap, he's 40. Liam Hemsworth is only 4 days older than me.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he...
Wow. I did not realize. He's married to Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that either.
I think that's a topic for another time, though.
Now I'm just curious. Okay, yeah. I thought Chris Hemsworth was a little bit older than us.
Yeah, I think he's the 35. Oldest.
Is Liam the youngest?
I don't know.
Hemsworth? Yes, he is.
Because is Luke younger?
Is 37. So it's Luke is 37, then Chris is 35, and then you got the baby Liam, who's our age. Would have been the same class as both of us, but he's almost the exact... Man, me and Liam Hemsworth were almost birthday twins.
Right?
Almost, just a little bit short. But yeah, like one of the guys that I was thinking of, kind of on the same vein as the young side of it, Yet again, holy crap, he's got the same birthday as Dave that I didn't realize. But
we're just going through all of MBV right now.
Not only does he have the same birthday as Dave, he's also 29.
Oh my God.
So he's the exact same age as Dave to the day. But Targon Edgerton, who was in Kingsman.
Okay.
He's the guy that, now, I'll be honest, the thing that sets us apart is, I know you and I are focusing a lot on age, and you want to get a younger person.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I want to throw out there now that we got to take into it, and this might be the only thing to take away from, I'm just going to call him Eggsy, because that's what
go
I
ahead,
remember.
call him Eggsy.
The only thing that'll take away from Eggsy is the baby face.
Yeah,
The
I
baby
did bring that up
face,
before.
and are you going, like, is he going to be able to bulk up?
I mean, he was in a
of
fairly decent shape for Kingsman.
Yeah, but being a secret agent, like, in a suit is way different than, hey, I'm going to go on a full protein diet and basically be swole to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, just the special diet that Hugh Jackman would have to go on.
Like protein
just to
meals
be
2 hours a day.
Wolverine for his movie. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of, like, and that's the thing. Do you need that sort of commitment to be Wolverine, or is it just that's what we're used to?
I think that's what we're used. Part of it's that's what we're used to. I mean, Hugh Jackman got himself bulked up, and he can take whatever route he wants, because like, obviously Marvel's going to tell him what they expect out of him. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if he played did it the way he did, maybe get a little bit more bulk, a little bit more bulk from what he did, how he was in Kingsman. He might be able to just pull it off that way. Because I mean, he can be his own iteration. Because technically, comic books Wolverine. Let's say you have height as an issue. Wolverine's how old is?
He was kind of in the cartoon. He wasn't really tall.
No, I think in the comics he's like taller than 5'5".
Okay.
Or 5'6".
So you can go with like I want to say stockier version.
Yeah, you can go with the
Wolverine.
stockier version. He doesn't have to be like 6 foot like I think Hugh Jackman looked at least. I don't remember if he is, but yeah, you can change up the iteration a little bit. Obviously, even if you like just kept the Wolverine costume on him most of the time, a lot of that could be hidden from like don't need to see a chiseled six pack. Because what did Hugh Jackman wear most of the time? A Dago tee.
True.
Like most of the Wolverine,
Yeah,
he wore Dago tees and tight fitting t-shirts.
There's another name I want to throw out there.
Okay.
And this is kind of like earlier you said with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
I'm putting this character in your Jake Gyllenhaal category.
Putting a cap on that.
Because I've seen this, like, in all the articles that I've seen,
Yeah.
this actor's name pops up. Tom Hardy. Get him out of your mind. He's not going to be Wolverine. He is Venom. He's Eddie Brock.
Yeah, I don't think
Sony's not letting him go.
Sony's going to put a little be a little
especially after how good Venom did in the box office. They're already talking about a Venom 2. If there's going to be a Spider-Verse like they're doing and they bring Tom Holland back over, I expect there to be a Venom Spider-Man movie at some point with Tom Holland and Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. Or if it's just, hey, Tom Holland's going to be in the MCU, Tom Hardy's going to be locking things down on the Sony end of it. I don't expect him to make a move from being Venom to a Wolverine. Is there anybody else that you think we haven't mentioned that needs a mention?
I got ones that are like I'm not like jumping ship like onto it. Like Kit Harington would be one that I would might like to see. Scott Eastwood isn't. I was looking his up, and I would like to see him because he was in Pacific Rim, the second one, Uprising, and Suicide Squad, and he played Lieutenant GQ Edwards, which I remember both those roles fairly militaristic, but not like. So like he has like some of that sort of background. He has action movie background, which might help into the. And I guess he was also in Fast and Furious, but I really don't know anything about that. So I feel like those could like help him bring some of that into it. Whereas I don't know a lot of the rest of his acting, so couldn't say 100%. But I would think he might be a runner-up. Like I said, what else did I just say a minute ago? Kit Harington. You've seen him in Game of Thrones.
We just need to get that British drawl out.
Pull that out. Man, maybe he
I say
did
drawl. It's not really a drawl.
You need to get like that British
Yeah.
accent out and get him like just a American Canadian accent somewhere English.
Or do we go with the canceled X-Men one and have him have that like
Cockney
Cockney accent?
Cockney accent. Oh yeah, you did. Other than that, I'm not seeing a lot of people that like in these lists that I would agree with because like
I got two.
Oh, you got two.
Two for no's.
Okay.
Zac Efron. I've seen his name thrown out there.
Yeah, I've seen his name too.
Number 2, Shia LaBeouf. I don't want to see no LaBeouf.
No.
I know he did that internet meme, the do it, and he was flexing a bit. But I don't see him as Wolverine. An interesting one, and this is yet again.
I'm gonna throw one more out there that I could
ahead.
see. I don't know a lot of his acting, but we saw him. Oh, what was that movie? I can't remember the other movie. He played Remy LeBeau in the.
You're talking about Taylor Kish.
I am talking about Taylor Kish, and now it's gonna bother me until I figure out what movie that is.
He was in Friday Night Lights.
No, he was in a movie we saw.
Was he?
Not too long ago. We did a review on it.
I'm looking at it right now. He was in Friday Night Lights. We didn't see John Carter. American Assassin.
Yes.
He was Ghost.
By the way, I did see John Carter, and I liked that movie too.
No, I'm saying we didn't see John Carter.
But yeah, no, he was in the one you just said, American Assassin. And I mean, that again, you take those elements. I'm not saying he can do the role. I'm saying taking those elements out may help him with playing that role. He did play the villain in that.
I kind of feel like, hey, let's just save him for the Gambit movie.
I agree with you on that.
Let's just save him for
like
Remy.
I said, these aren't ones I'm like jumping into the ship of, let's do these guys. I'm like, these are ones that like put on the table, said like, here's some ideas. But like the ones I named earlier, like more so like, hey, why not? Let's get these guys in there.
Last one I want to ask you about.
Okay.
Yes, he is old. He is 54.
Okay.
This was another one that I believe came from the Kevin Smith podcast. Keanu Reeves. Could he be a Wolverine based off of what we've seen with him being the John Wick and
basically John Wick with claws instead of guns? Sure, why not?
Like, but would you see him going from 54 to 60? Well, let's
I
be
know
honest.
that's the issue.
Let's be honest
there.
and take this into effect. We're looking at age right now.
Yeah.
When they film, add 2 years to the age, basically.
At least 2 years.
2 years and then 10 years from that. So, like with Liam Hemsworth, 31 is the age you're really going off of.
Still not too bad.
Not bad at all. But like
you got
with
31.
Keanu Reeves, you would be going from 56 to 66.
I mean, he like right now, yes. If like they were filming right now and the movie were coming out next year,
then do it.
It's gonna be kind of an issue, like because we don't even have, like I say, Marvel doesn't have the right, Disney doesn't have the rights to Fox's stuff yet, even
until June.
You probably got a good 2 years until anything starts filming. Year and a half to 2 years. So you're not gonna have. As much as I'd like to see him, because basically, like I said, John Wick with claws instead of guns would be interesting. Again, too, and they said, Disney said they'll make Deadpool rated R. They didn't say everyone though, so it's 50-50. If they might go ahead and say, you know what, Logan did beautifully in the box office, I would say, or at least it was a fantastic movie. I don't remember their box office rating, but
yeah. The last thing here is, according to Disney's most recent Security and Exchange Commission filings, the merger is expected to reach completion before June 2019.
Well, yeah, and then not too long ago, you found one that said it's supposed to be done in March. So
yeah, well,
it pushed back again.
It was February. Yeah, like in February, January. That was this year. No, that can't be right. December. That's what it was. October, December. It was like, hey, it's going to be done in March, and it's like, you know what? Now it'll be done in June. We're hoping that can. I mean, I'm hoping that it can finish up, because I want to see the X-Men and the MCU as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, when I was saying, I said Logan did beautifully in the box office. I think they did pretty good. For 97 million, and they made over 226 million.
Yeah, And plus, it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
A phenomenal movie.
Phenomenal. And they got my money.
But this is where you guys
Twice.
come in. Let us know what you think down below in the comment section. Anyone we didn't mention that you think should be Wolverine in the MCU. Otherwise, what do you think of the guys we did mention? Who should be Wolverine? Who shouldn't be Wolverine? What should Kevin Feige and Marvel do? Let us know what you think down below in that comment section.